YouTube, Facebook. It's Felice HD. I am back again. Listen, we are definitely we're definitely here. Let's see. All right. So I'm queuing up the previous episode. I'm doing the live recap of All American Season 3, Episode 1. All right. So we are here to definitely enjoy this season premiere. All right. It is not for the faint at heart. So those of you that love a good story to tell, let me tell you, All American definitely delivers. All right. I have been glued since I started. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and update. Season 3. Here we go. All right. It looks like we are off to a strong start. How's it looking? You guys doing really, really well today? Awesome. All right. So let's get started. I have the episode queued up. And it starts off with a recap of the season finale of season 2. There was quite a bit of open-ended drama that we are really glued to the seat to see what's going to happen. This new principal, he is a game changer. I don't necessarily know that he's going to be what's best for the future of Crenshaw High, but we're going to see. And we learned that Tyrone's sister is resurfacing. We see Olivia take a drink after doing so well with her sobriety. And we see Spencer have an episode with his arm. And it's definitely one of those things that you hate to see, but you're kind of really, really going to be tuned in to see how this, what's the outcome. Okay. So the recaps are a little different than live reactions. I kind of just go over what happened as opposed to actually react to it. So season 1 starts with Chris and Spencer on their bus on the way to Beverly. And let me tell you, Chris is not here for the heat. He's like, listen, one of those Beverly people, one of those Beverly ballers couldn't have gave us a ride. We got to burn up on the bus. They're going to go and do the community service project with Olivia. So we see Jordan, Jay, Spencer, Chris. Jordan's like, yo, we're seniors. They actually look like seniors. Their cast is perfectly cast. Let me tell you. I don't feel like these are teenagers at all. Like, they can't be. But they really do fit their part. Whoever did the casting did an amazing job. So there's a mystery in the eyes of Olivia and Spencer, and I don't know about you, but I'm dying to know. I want to know what happened. Something happened, because the dynamic between them two is definitely different. It's giving. I know what you did last summer. Hey. So Spencer is pulling Jordan's chain about being all booed up. He clouded him. Woo. Mm. What's up? What's up? Jordan gets the update that Simone is having the baby, so it's go time. He's out of there. As soon as he got that update, he was like, "All right, I'm a head out." Something is going on between Spencer and Olivia. And it's not just that puppy love type thing that they had in season one. Something is going on. I don't know about you, but I need to know. That please, 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 all American writers, do not leave me on the edge of my seat all season. I need to know. So Spencer tells Olivia that it's time for Simone to have the baby. Everybody got kind of distant throughout the summer, is the gist of what I'm getting. They're checking in after having gone their separate ways pretty much this summer. It doesn't look like anybody really hung out much. It looks like they kind of came in contact with each other throughout the summer, or at some point throughout the summer, but everybody seems like they were kind of distant. Well, the call was made that Olivia and Spencer were going to give each other space. Hmm. She is wild. Oh, okay. Olivia rushes to greet Asher, who is back early. Apparently, he wasn't supposed to be back till a day later, and he shows up at Olivia's thing, and she is super excited to see him. Hell of a lot more excited than Spencer. He ain't happy. We fast forward to Simone at the hospital. Her dad walks in, and the deal is already done. So she had a son, and she arranged an adoption, but she didn't want to see the baby first because she was afraid that it was going to be too much. So her mom did it. Um, she's explaining everything to her dad. After she found out that he was okay, then she let him go. Mm. She said she was afraid that it would be too hard if she held him or anything. It would be too tough for her to let him go. She said she don't want to see Jordan. She don't want to tell Jordan. I'm wondering why she don't want to see Jordan after telling him that she was up there. Like, what is that about? I understand them pregnancy and the postpartum hormones is a doozy, but listen, because I'd have had 3 babies. Let me tell you something. Something's up with her. She going through some changes. Why would you tell that man to come up there and then don't want to see him? Are you okay? We fast forward to the field. Spencer finally made it to meet with a reporter for the LA Tribune, as Coach Baker says. And let me tell you something. She's giving me snake vibes. I really don't appreciate her style of journalism. Let's be clear about that. I'm gonna take the high road here. But Coach Baker should have stuck around for her. As a matter of fact, if he set up another interview with her and I was Spencer, I would have said, no, 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 no. Coach Baker, you need to sit tight whenever she come around because she like to mix words. Okay. That man said one thing and she turned it into something else. She goes some snake stuff. That's all I can tell you. We're about 17 minutes in, and well, no, let's see. No, actually, we did some pre information. So we got we're about almost 10 minutes in to the show. And let me tell you something. I wasn't feeling her. I feel like she a problem. He don't need to do no more influence. Matter of fact, none of them young kids need to. She's very predatory in her approach, and I don't like it. I thought it was out of pocket, me personally. We at a commercial break right now, so let's talk. Let's see if there's any combo in the chat. I don't see any comments, so let's move forward. Um, that interview that he just did for the reporter with the LA Tribune, that's going to turn into a nightmare because she's going to mix his words. And then next thing you know, somebody is going to have a problem with. Did you really do that? I would never do that. I would never do that. Mm-mm. Somebody's left a weird comment. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Moving right along. Everybody's gonna read what that lady put in the paper, and it's not gonna be pretty. It's really gonna be awkward, and people are gonna like look at Spencer sideways as a result of that. So, you know, it's gonna become one of those things where he kind of told him in a couple. I can't remember which episode it was. It might have been even season one where he was just like not really big on press. But I think the future of Crenshaw is going to be really depending on their visibility and getting a lot of people on board with what they're doing. So that could be one of the reasons why he's trying to, increase Spencer's visibility, especially with it being his senior year, because he's really going to need to be out there and do those interviews and increase his visibility individually, but also increase his visibility on behalf of the school. So I think Coach Baker made a good choice by letting him interview. I just don't like the way that lady portrayed the conversation that they had. I felt it was very predatory. Now, going back to this whole situation with Asher, I definitely feel like Asher's going to have another moment where things are going to get extremely awkward for him at some point in this season because he's not leading with truth. And it might be a character flaw that is being continuously revealed in various different facets because he's just continuously like getting caught in a mix up. So we're back from commercial break and Coach Baker is having a flashback of his mom, I believe. Oh, and then here comes Grace. She's looking for him. She sees him bringing all of his belongings back to Crenshaw so he can decorate his nice office. And she has plans to do some renovations or construction or something. She's supposed to give them to the principal until she realizes who he is. When she sees who's going to be standing in that role, she doesn't look too excited to be sharing her ideas with him. Grace is very perceptive. She has that mama mojo type thing. So a lot of the things that she speaks throughout all of the seasons, actually, it's big facts. Um, she's checking in with Billy about Micah. She said that he was a safe choice. Really? That's so shady. Mm, yikes. The interim principal, not a very popular guy. We'll see what his deal is throughout the remainder of the season because he definitely has an awkward presence. People don't respond well to his approach. We fast forward to Coop and Layla. They're basking in the success of the tour. They're getting rave reviews. They are top down, cruising in the sun. They're just really living it up. And it's really refreshing to see because the previous seasons have been pretty dark for them. So it's actually very refreshing to see them smiling, to see them really celebrating their successes. I'm enjoying this energy from them, and I'm glad they were able to put their heads together and make something happen. Coop is going to see Spencer when they get back to town, but Layla's like, ugh. So we discover that Layla is not really 100% sure where things stand with Spencer, so she's really not trying to play him too close right now, and that is obvious. But I don't know that Coop knew. Maybe Coop knows and is trying to get Layla to spill her guts about it. So we fast forward to Spencer's house. Chris and Spence are playing chess, and Patience is an annoyed onlooker. There's a knock at the door. It's Coop that comes back. They have a warm welcome for her, and again, more happy energy. I mean, it's all smiles, it's all love for like every bit of 20 seconds. Then they have to, share the messed up news that Tyrone's sister has surfaced. And she's some hotshot lawyer that nobody's really excited about seeing. So this should be interesting. I don't really know what to make of this. I guess we'll all find out. Wow. So Patience then left the tour early, and Chris is like, "What's really tea? Like, when y'all supposed to play Madison Square Garden tonight? Who skips out on that?" I'm like, mm, more secrets. So they trying to figure out why Tyrone's sister is back, and everybody is looking at Coop like being headlights. Miss Baker is on her way out, and she has Tyrone's sister at the door. All right. That handshake ended quick. She was like, or, okay. She tried to slam the door in her face. She said, or, we can talk about this right now. DA Baker was like, listen, I don't take appointments at my home. She showed up at this lady's house. I'm with Coop. I don't buy it. I think I think she's up to something. I don't know what she's up to, but I think she's up to something. I feel like it's more to than meets the eye with her, regardless of whether she's singing the song that she was unaware of how dark and tumultuous Tyrone's reign in the streets was or had become. But I don't even think it matters to her. I think that what matters the most is that that was her kin, that was her brother, and I think her loyalty to her brother is what is going to prevail. I could be wrong, but I'm with Coop on that. I think that this ain't over. I don't care what Priest say. I don't care what nobody else talking about. It ain't over. I don't think she just gonna let it fly. I just don't. And I will say this. Perhaps she may use her powers for good, as she has done already. But it's obvious that she has come to get to the bottom of what actually happened with Tyrone. So we're about 21 minutes in. And let's see. Jordan still hasn't seen Simone. He's not going to see her. Let's try that. By the time this episode is almost over, she will finally accommodate his interest in just checking in and laying eyes on her to make sure, I guess, she's okay, or to hear about her experience. She's finally going to reach out to him and allow him to come visit her. She's going to have a heart-to-heart with her dad, where she's going to see a picture of her son. She's going to hear all about her dad's experience with visiting him in the baby ward. Her dad is actually going to walk over and talk to the father of the family that was unable to have a child. And he's going to talk to them about, when we come back from the commercial break, we see this young father looking over his son. Oh, his name is Shay. He's excited. Mm. He was talking about how so that he learns a little bit more about the family that is going to be adopting his grandson, and he appears to approve. So that's very interesting. The young man that adopted Simone's baby, I don't know. I think he kind of knows what's going on or who he's talking to, but that'll be interesting to see whether he knows or not. So we fast forward to the cafe, and Patience and Coop are talking about Tyrone's sister. Patience is being the voice of reason here. She's like, you act like you Don calling on. So they just switched the whole conversation. Coop was like, I don't know if I buy this, but what happened with you leaving early? Coop is gonna go ahead and step because she knows that Patience is withholding. She knows she's not being 100% straight with her. So she wants to know the truth. And she's like, hey, when you get ready to really talk about why you left off the tour early, then holler at me. And she just gave her the deuce. Now, we are back in Billy's new office at Crenshaw, and Grace is there having finishing up their chit chat when Miss Baker arrives with lunch and invites Grace and Spencer to, well, Grace, Spencer, and Dylan to dinner. And really does just, remind them that, Spencer's like family to us. You guys are like family. So they're trying to heal. They're trying to move forward from the mishaps of season two. Uh Miss Baker said, let's leave the past in the past. Let's let bygones be bygones. Wow. Take that deep breath, sis. Yes. Tay is like, Hercules. I mean, I'm sorry. Coach Baker was like, Hercules, 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 Hercules. He had to give D.A. Baker her snaps because he was like, yes, that was courageous. That was bossed up. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Yes. So now they going over the whole shindig with Tyrone's sister. They're doing basically a check-in. So D.A. Baker was telling about the whole situation that happened with Tyrone's sister, but Coach Baker is in a different place. He's really sort of torn between the past and the future, it seems. He's been reminiscing a lot since he got back to Crenshaw, but I think he's also trying to stay focused on the direction he's headed in. So this should be an interesting dynamic with, moving forward while looking back. I think he's really going to have to let some of the things go that he's held on to about the past in order for him to get through this next leg of his journey. We fast forward to Asher and Olivia are up in the house alone messing around. And let me tell you something. She's like, oh, yeah, this is like pretty much everything. Mom's never here. I'm always here alone. So let's just do us. I've been busy with my podcast. Yes, rep that podcast, sis. She's talking about all the racist stuff that's been going on. Let me tell you something. Fight the power, sis. She better than me. Cause she know Asha up to some foolishness. I just found that out from episode 2. So make sure you go to the All American playlist and watch all of the episodes from I have the binge watch I'm going to do. All of the binge watches are going to be on the All American playlist. This dude Cam, he would be the one. Cam is the one to bring the news to help him understand that that journalist did him ultra dirty. And he was happy to do so. They're in the cafe where all of the Beverly students usually congregate. And let me tell you something, he is going verbatim. He has pulled the phone out and said, okay, if you look up on aisle 6, bro, he really, he yeasted it. Like, I cannot believe he put that much on it. But I think he delights himself in getting under Spence's skin. Just because Spence has so much clout and he got so much confidence, it's like they really do. He really has a target on his back pretty often. Well, he has definitely matured and he shows it. So, Mr. Westlake, it's like, oh yeah, let's have another down and dirty. Let's have another illegal game. Mm, he just came for his own. He was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't be trying to do no ad hoc games either. If my body was messed up from getting shot. He is so wild. He is so wild. He always was wild though. I know Spence is low key glad, even though he's a really good player. I believe Spence is low key glad that I have to deal with him because he is a bitter pill. We fast forward to the hospital now. Simone's sitting with her dad. They're having a chit chat about Jordan and they do not see eye to eye. His dad is like, look, holla at your boy, okay? And Simone is just like, let him live it up. Let him do the senior thing. He should not be here worried about me and my problems and what's going on with me. But she's not doing him any favors. Jordan is spazzing. So we now learn that I don't know that Jordan knows that Simone gave the baby away for adoption. She's ducking Jordan because she's under the impression that Jordan is going to want to see the baby, which he probably is. I mean, I can't believe that they got this far along in the process and she never told him that she was going to give the baby up. That's awkward. We fast forward to the Baker home. Spencer is here looking for Jordan and he finds Olivia. And you guessed it, Asher. So JJ's having a half birthday. I think that's so cute. I don't know what that is, but there's obviously a conversation that needs to take place between Olivia and Spencer and space. Yikes. Something's going on. Spencer gave the key back to the Baker home. So he basically was like, this ain't my home no more. Something's going on. I don't know what it is, but something's going on. All right. So the first awkward dynamic is Asher and Olivia. There's something going on between those two. I know what you did last summer is the tea is given. Now, the whole dynamic with Olivia and Spencer is really serving like secret lovers or secret rendezvous, okay? This whole situation with Coop, and Coop she is on edge about Tyrone's sister. Patience is just, you can tell Patience is just jaded at this point. I think she's kind of staying to herself a little bit right now. That's what it's looking like. I don't understand what direction that things are going to go in right now for the school with this new principal. That's another area that I'm really going to be interested to see what direction they're going to go in, because even though this guy is taking a leadership role at Crenshaw, he doesn't really seem to have the best interest of the school at heart at all. I think it's coming across like he really wants to destroy the school. I think his overall goal was to turn it into something else. And I think he's just annoyed that they managed to thwart that idea, because he was selling them on it as if it was already done. But then he later learned that, hey, yeah, no, we're going to have another school year. So I think he's sour about that, and he's going to take every opportunity that he can to make this school year a pain in everybody's ass. Let's see what else. Jordan and Simone. They've been thick as thieves all summer from what we've heard, but now they haven't even talked. And so much has changed. So we come back from commercial break, and Spencer shows up at the half birthday and is greeted by the lovely Layla. This is his first time seeing her, I guess, since Vegas. Wonder what happened in Vegas. What happened in Vegas stays in Vegas. Are they going to spill that tea? You got to stay tuned to find out. Ooh, he said it was a big deal. So they're locked lips. Olivia sees them through the window, and she's like, I see skin. Somebody got it cracking. They back in the stride again. It don't look like they done missed the beat. So Asher and Olivia, Asher and Olivia are peeping everything. They're like, this must have been a good summer. Asher is so shady. I can't. So Spencer sees Jordan and Jay, and they've all read the article apparently. So now they're just like, why are you even here? Like, oh. Here's Mr. Westlake again. Jordan do not need to be around Simone baby father. That is a start right there. Simone definitely has type, because the whole appearance of that dude and Jordan is very similar. Coop and Patience are the claws are out. Like Patience was getting ready to spill the tea about what happened on the tour, but she said she signed an NDA, so she can't. She signed an NDA, so she can't go into detail. And then Coop was kind of in and out of the conversation because she was on the phone with County trying to find out if she could get a appointment to see Preach, and she finds out that he got released today. So woo, there's no more visitation, baby. He's free, free, free. We done fast forward back to this cafe, this half birthday party or whatever this is that Jay got going on. They over there playing pool, and it is tension in the air. I know Simone baby father is not about to come with the shenanigans. He keep coming at Jordan. Cam is such a show off. I can't do him. They are flexing over this pool game. The stakes are high. Everybody is like, you can cut the air with a knife, it's so thick. Oh, Jordan said, watch yourself, baby. Watch yourself. This is a mess. They throwing blows. Jordan and Spencer, the kind of blows in that piece. Whew. Security to the floor. They in that joint about to move furniture. Don't nobody. mm. Make sure you get all the sermons of your fruits and vegetables. I got me a dragon fruit. Enjoy. Let me tell you something. I'm not here for Jordan and Spencer throwing blows. I'm not. And they're going to have a conversation about it before it's over with. But that scene is intense. That scene, it makes my veins right here in my head scorch up. Because they, they better than this. And it just bothers me. I feel like it's going to be some more swinging. Let me tell you who else got going to rumble. I believe Layla and Olivia going to rumble. Or they're going to rumble. Because Layla, she let Olivia live for Asher. But when she find out whatever that went on with her and Spencer, she'll be ready to rumble. Because she love that man. Let me tell you something. And pretty soon, With their chemistry, it's no question in my mind. Pretty soon, Layla's gonna figure it out. And when she figures it out, she gonna be ready to fight. Because she gave Olivia a second chance after that whole Asher situation. And I feel like this is gonna be enough of a betrayal to send Layla spiraling. I hope she don't go back to hurting herself or go back to that dark place that she was in season 2. I hope that whatever this is, it doesn't get the best of her. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Spencer and Olivia hiding something. Something happened between those two. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely something that changed the dynamic of their relationship, because now things are really off. I wonder how their parents are going to react to that, because even though I wonder how Jordan's going to react. They sitting over here going to blows over a daggone article. Jordan's going to be ready to really do something bad to Spencer. They're going through everything. He reminded us about that whole affair between their parents and how they found out about that. This is going to be a tough adjustment for Jordan. He's having a tough time. They both got paused, so I'm hoping they're going to go easy on each other. So we fast forward back to Crenshaw. Billy's chit chatting with one of his buddies. No, that's his mom. That's his mom in his mind. I thought that was one of his buddies. He's sitting there chit chatting with the figure of his imagination. His mom sitting there talking to him as a kid. That is so interesting. I don't know what that is. So we fast forward to they're back at Spencer's house, and they're having a whole powwow about that whole fight with him and Jordan. I'm telling you, that mind Dylan got on him to be so young. He is such a critical thinker. He's like, bro, just help Jordan understand. Y'all brothers regardless. That's so sweet. He was like, do for him what you did for me. I don't think Jordan is going to care. I think he's going to be upset continuously about the whole situation, the fact that he left and the fact that his dad left too. So we fast forward to this attempt at an apology that Coach Baker is giving the interim principal. He has a vendetta and he's not gonna let it go, apology or not. And he just made it clear. He was like, yeah, no, I accept your apology, but I will not forget what you did. He raised the GPA for the players, so he was like, "Oh yeah, good luck scraping a team together." He has he has it out for Billy, and it's honestly it's going to keep things interesting this season. I'll tell you that, because he got the red carpet rolled out for him practically at Beverly, and things didn't get tough until after he had, like, I think it was like one or two seasons of a losing streak. So he's having to prove himself on the front end of this assignment. And so it should be interesting to see if he's going to be able to brave this extra set of challenges that the uh the principal is placing ahead of him. I think he's trying to make it so difficult for him that he will possibly want to give up. But he doesn't know the grit and determination that Coach Billy Baker has. Okay. He's like, I would say, I don't think the I don't think the limits on the funding is going to bother him. I don't think the academic requirements are going to bother him. I think the biggest issue that he is going to have is just grappling with his past and his emotions about his past at Crenshaw. I think that is going to be something that is going to consistently make it difficult for him to focus on his goals. Um, I think that Spence is intuitive enough to pick up on the fact that Coach Baker is not all in. I don't know if he's figured it out yet, because he does have that, he does have that very observant characteristic about himself. So I don't know if he's nailed what's really getting to the bottom of Coach Baker, but I'm hoping he will figure it out, because he will be able to, call him out on it, either him or DA Baker. So we're back from commercial break, and everybody is sitting around having dinner. Um, the Baker family, Spence, Dylan, Grace. Spence is reaching out to Jordan. Jordan's the only one missing. So he reaching out to him, but he didn't answer the phone. So he's not there. He didn't answer the phone. He just left him a voicemail, and he's trying to, wear his heart on his sleeve a little bit, like Dylan suggested, and just be like, look, this is where I stand with you. We're family. I'm not going to hold it against you. Uh-oh. So we to fast forward to a Crenshaw convenience store. Coop is standing out in front of it, but right when she's getting ready to step off, Tyrone's sister walks out. So we moving forward. They were able to get Preach's initial charge drop. So that took him down to 2 strikes instead of 3. So that's how Tyrone's sister ended up getting his conviction overturned. We fast forward to the hospital. Simone is on the brink. Okay. The father walks in, and he finds Simone over there bawling her eyes out. Poor thing. So this is actually the part we're about. Okay, we're about 53 minutes in where we get to the conversation between Simone and her dad, and where he shows her the pictures of her baby. And he tells her that he actually saw him and talks to her about it because she was on the brink. She was having a time. I think she had began to develop some regrets about not actually wanting to see the baby or hold the baby, and she's beating herself up about it like I oh, and he's so cute. Hey. Her face, her whole expression just changed. Oh. So her dad sends those pictures to Jordan. And then you see Simone calling. And he's on his way up. So they back to dinner at Baker's. Mm, that's interesting. These gazes, I don't know what these gazes are that Olivia and Spencer are exchanging, but these gazes are loaded. Like when they exchange glances, it is saying so much. There is a story to tell. So he finally tells Coach Baker that um he finally tells Coach Baker that, hey, my arm is not working consistently. It's acting up. And Coach Baker gets immediately on the phone, like, okay, we're gonna get some doctors to you and jump on top of this. So Olivia is excited, and she tells Spencer that she's really proud of him for telling her dad, because and she encourages him, and she's like, you're gonna be all right. Oh, this embrace is just, oh, he is just holding on to her like it's very sensual. And she backs up from it like, whoa, wait. Mm. He looked at her, he said, we just not gonna talk about what happened this summer. Yikes. What happened? I wanna know. Okay. I'm trying to see what's tea, cause like I know. That's where that's ooh, that's gonna be the game changer. Make sure you stay tuned, okay? Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, and I have the information in the description box on how you can view All American. Make sure that you binge watch on Netflix. And if you want to recap season 3, I think episodes 1 and 2 should be available on the CW app and on your local cable provider. Peace and blessings. Oh, you know what? Subscribe and follow me on Felice_HD on Instagram. You can also find me at Felice HD on Facebook. Until next time, peace and blessings. Leave a comment below. See you soon.